Hello, I am Cville850 and I'm here with a Ghost Recon Wildlands video. Today we're going to be going over some evidence that I have come across with the Yeti. A lot of people are searching for this, and a lot of people are overlooking a lot of the information that they are reading off these legends. They're looking in the wrong spots. They're not really listening to what the legends are saying. When you're doing Easter eggs in games, a lot of times you're trying to follow a trail, and a lot of people.
Man in the flesh? Yes, he seems the jittery type.
Hold on.
You think he's gonna run or something?
He can't run. He's got family here.
A lot of people overlook a lot of things that are going on in a
Or they make a mistake. Whether it's the
Easter
cartel
egg.
that
So
takes him out or shoots him
let me go over some of these documents with you real quick, kind of give you a show of what's going on. This is that map. If you spend enough time in Camino Inca, the Inca Trail, it's in parentheses. Locals will tell you about a legendary village built in the mountains by people left homeless or displaced by the drug war. The village is called Nuvo, Mundo, and thought no one is able to put it on a map. It is said that its inhabitants have built grand structures out of the wrecks of planes that have crashed in the Andes. If you overlook the mountains at night, you might see the light beams of those that are trying to blind the pilots so as to crash their planes. If you look at the map, it looks kind of like a sketchy little map and everything. Then there's this, which isn't really linked to it, but it is in a way. According to popular belief, the Illumini and Lampu mountains in the highest peaks of Bolivia are two fallen kings turned into rock by the earth goddess in ancient times. Alumni and Alumpu wage a ferocious war on the Alpinio and died in combat, but their sons sought revenge, and the war continued until both sons died as well. Pachamama was so upset that she punished the fathers, making their stars crash on Earth, where they formed what are now known the Illuminary and Lumpy Mountains. Alright, that right there tells me there's going to be, this has to do with the Yeti. The two mountains are going to have something on them that you need to collect. Then there's this. Sorry, some of this stuff is just, it's hard for me to pronounce. I apologize in advance. Lamaco is a major Bolivian archaeological site and the heart of the Taihaku Empire that ruled over the region between 300 and 1000 AD. It is composed of different types of temples, organized on the geographical and astronomical pattern. The level of technology advanced and the means used to build these structures remain a mystery to archaeologists and scientists. The most famous monument monuments are the Gateway to the Sun, the Kalasya Temple, the Akapana Pyramid, and the Subterranean Temple, which means subterranean's underground. And I'll put this all together on the map for you in just a minute. Now here's one stone. Now if you go back up here, you remember this legend talks about the two brothers, or the two people fighting, were turned to stone. Alright, so here we have a stone artifact, and they're all up here on the mountains, and it gets pretty interesting if you really think about it. People are driving around all over the place just randomly looking, and this kind of all tells you where you need to look. The Inca Trail is mentioned again. Refers to a wide pre-Columbian road system that extended from southern Colombia to northern Chile, introducing Ecuador, Peru, and Bolivia. It connected all the regions of the Inca Empire and was centered in El Cuzo, the capital town. It was more than 40,000 kilometers long, at altitudes ranging between 2,000 and 5,000 meters. After the Spanish conquest, the Inca Trail was gradually abandoned. These days, only a few short sections of the survived, mainly used by indigenous peasants or trekkers. Alright, we'll go back to the map. Alright, we're on top of the mountain. You get, this is on the map that they show on there. There's that Nuvo Mundo that they talk about, settlement built out of aircraft pieces from crashed planes. Then up here you find, I forgot where the locations were, but see, if you notice, your map has geographical lines showing higher peaks. And what a lot of people are overlooking, and I don't think people are really noticing it in the text, is you found one of the statues. They said there was 2 statues, and they mentioned the Inca Trail. Well, right over here is all these crash sites. You find some of these things at these crash sites here, plane crash sites. But wow, I just had it before I started all this. I do believe parts of this is the Inca Trail. It does tell you where the Inca Trail is. Comes up the side of the mountain here, right there. All right, but it's called the Inca Road. All right, it starts from down here. It weaves down, and I've been over here. It is a actual trail, and this over here is the Inca ruins. This is that great temple they're talking about. If you actually go over here, they talk about the archway to the sun that you see in the picture. You can barely tell, but it's there. All this stuff is kind of, you know, torn down and messed up. I'll show you in a minute because this gets even more interesting. And they say sections of the Inca Trail still exist, so I believe this is one section, and then I do believe starting from over here is the other section. And it says there's few sections of it that still exist. But on the map they're calling it the Inca Road when it's really just a trail. And then down here by the like this may be part of it too, because it's connecting, you know, to multiple areas. And here's a trekking campsite, but over here is that Nuvo Mundo village. Alright, I'll show you all that, but one of the more interesting pieces here is this. Once you get to a certain part in the game, this will appear up here. And if I'm not mistaken, that might be the second statue of what one of the legends is talking about, because we've already found one. It was easy to find. It was in a question marked area along the trail. And this here does appear to kind of look like what could be a Yeti. So we will go ahead and come up here and we'll snatch it up, and I'll show you some other stuff. See, it says you can take. Now, what that's doing, I have no idea. But now that we have that in our possession, let's go ahead and get back to our chopper here. And I will show you the ruins, which I believe is what you are seeing in the map. Let's see, there's all these crash sites. Inca Trail. Inca ruins right there.
Let's go.
Now, if you're following this, a lot of people aren't paying attention to what the maps are telling you. You know, you kind of need to look at that a lot more. There's a lot of rumor, a lot of speculation, but Ubisoft has confirmed that this is a thing, and it is becoming a thing because of the statue that was just found, where it's not iconed or located on the map, but it is there. I'm almost wondering if there is possibly another statue, if that other statue that we found in the legends wasn't part of it. It would probably be on the tops of one of these other mountains, if I just were to guess roughly, but I just haven't really looked yet. I'm kind of throwing this together because I'm kind of putting some of the clues together, and I've done a little bit of research on it online, and there's not much you can find because not many people have really, they're looking, but they're not paying attention, basically. Not saying bad, shoot, any kind of looking's better than nothing, but we'll go ahead and come over to the ruins real quick. We'll check this peak to see if maybe there might be another statue over here. See, I'm thinking there's going to be another totem, like we just found one. So I have a feeling one of these other mountains is, what is that? Is that possibly another totem? We'll land and take a look at it with the drone real quick. I do believe that's something, yeah. I do believe we found remains of a Inca settlement. We may have found something here. This I did not know about, but it was just speculation on my part. allow me to pick it up. But I have a feeling it may just be a rock, you know? But that's kind of a, yeah, it really does just kind of texture and look like a rock, but that's kind of odd, you know? Why is it a, because they were talking of a pyramid, you know? And if I'm not mistaken, that's a pyramid if I have ever seen one. It's pretty darn close anyway. It doesn't give me an option to pick it up. Can I shoot it? Nothing happens if I shoot it. But that's kind of strange to me right there. Anyway, we'll move on. I just noticed that out when we're flying by. We'll come back to it if it possibly means anything. It's kind of weird how it's right on the top, though. It doesn't really look like there's anything here. And I do believe most of your hunting, when you get down to the actual searching for the Yeti himself, you're gonna have to be doing that on foot. And just that's just how I feel. And it's probably gonna be walking that Incan trail, heading toward up the trail, and then following it around to the X after you go to the ruins. Yeah, I don't see anything of any kind of significance over here. So, moving on. See, that thing kind of pokes out like that other statue did when I went by it. That just really kind of bugs me. Because they do speak of a pyramid. Alright, these are the ruins right here. There are a few enemies down here, so we'll go down and say hi.
Marking a tango. He's close to that local. I see a second target. I got a third.
Two carriers.
Where you got him?
By the woods.
He's history. The drone is up.
Yeah, by the way, this shotgun is awesome. I love it, man. But, so we're now at the ruins, and I'll show you another thing here. So let me clear out all these.
Shitballs.
Oh. I'll be back up in a minute. But this is where that arch to the sun, I believe, is at. I'll just kick them in the nuts instead. That was a little bit easier.
Clear.
We'll leave a marker so the rebels can pick up the supplies later.
And you do have to be at 100% completion. As you see, 109. And I've found pretty much, I found everything else. Unmarked all the question marks. Collected all documents and everything, you know. Just normal stuff that you gotta do before you can do an Easter egg. Just like in Grand Theft Auto or Far Cry. You had 100% completion things before you can follow some of these Easter eggs like the spaceship and Bigfoot and all that. Now, if I'm not mistaken, these are 2 arches, alright, but if we go back into our documents here, I'm pretty sure this is what they're talking about right here. The Great Incan Cities. The Mysteries of the World collection. The most famous monuments are the Gateway of the Sun, the Kalazi Temple, the Akupam Pyramid, which is what I'm thinking maybe what we just saw up on that mountain. But this structure could have been a pyramid, because not all pyramids are like Egyptian pyramids. They're all square and triangular, not all the time. Pyramid is triangular, but I mean they're shaped built upward. So but what I'm really looking at is, it mentions in here, and the subterranean temple. Subterranean means underground. Means there's a temple underground somewhere that we're missing. And see, there's that one statue. If you go up here, it talks about popular belief in the highest peaks of Bolivia are 2 fallen kings turned into rock. Now see, 2 fallen kings turned into rock. At the 2 highest peaks, at that one highest peak, we found that one that looked like possibly a Yeti statue. That means on the other highest peak would be another one, correct? So because they're saying the 2 highest peaks. So we found that little triangular thing looked like maybe a rock pyramid. I don't really know. But we'll figure that out eventually. This is just my speculation. I'm not expecting to find the Yeti here today, but I'm just throwing out some information for you guys to try to help you maybe in your hunts. You know, maybe you overlooked some of this. Maybe there's stuff I missed. If that's the case, I would love for you guys to leave some comments and we can get a conversation going about this. But if you just take a step back from here, you figure this was built a long time ago, and just looking at it, you know, minus all the tents and the construction they've been doing to pull this all up, this could have been like a pyramid structure, but I do believe it's this temple they're talking about on this legend. That's what I believe we're looking at. I'm pretty sure of it, actually. But then they, on that map, they it's kind of a sketchy map. Shows a dotted road. You know, that's right here. And I'm assuming that that dotted road is this road here we are looking at, most likely. Kind of comes up, has the same kind of curve in it, but don't know for sure. So, you know, we'll go down. We'll take a look at that real quick too. I don't remember where my helicopter is. I think it's right. I think it's this one. So we'll go down. We'll take a quick look at that village while we are here.
Let's go.
So now we're going to travel down here. And they do mention the two highest peaks, which would be the peak in front of us and the peak behind it, I would believe. And I do believe the peak behind it is where we saw that triangular looking rock on the top of the mountain. Because they say on the tops of the two highest peaks are where the statues would be for where the people were turned to stone. And we found one. You could pick it up, all that. You can't look at it in your inventory or anything. But, yeah, this is where we found the first totem. So, we'll go ahead and go down to that village now. And this is, I would believe, would be part of the Incan Road, or what used to be the Incan Trail. Way back in history. So, see, here's the Nuvo Mundo village from what we were looking at, and there's a lot of wrecked planes here that look like they've been stripped apart, dragged down. Go ahead and take a quick look around here real quick, because on the map the X marks the spot here, but I don't think they're necessarily leading you here for Bigfoot. I do believe I saw a flickering on a door over there, window. See, what's that? It could be, that's probably just game glitching. It's nothing. But I haven't really come through and looked at everything here yet. But these buildings to me do not look like they were built out of aircraft pieces, you know, not at all. And that's what they speak of, the grand structure is built from crashed aircraft, and I just don't see that here. This is a lot of stone, a lot of rock, you know, a lot of aluminum siding. It's not like an aluminum roof, and this is not like airplane parts, even though there are a lot of crashed planes here. So continuing on here, just kind of take a quick gander around. I'm sure a lot of you have already been here because it shows on the map, and that's the most easiest thing for people to follow, but people are overlooking the trail. I have a feeling you're probably going to need to be walking that trail, bud, but we'll find out, you know. This video I might not cover all that. I'll probably walk the trail. If I capture anything, I'll post another video. But there is a lot of crashed planes. Possibly the sled was used to drag some of the wreckage down here, but I don't know that.
I don't think all of them are going to be cars. This is going to be a tricky one.
But this is a lot of interesting stuff here, you know. Yeah, that kind of confirms that these sleds were used to bring plane parts down from the mountains, like I was just saying. So there may be something here that you find, like we found on the top of the mountain, like a totem or, you know, something, but I don't think there'd be a totem here because they're talking about the two statues are at the two highest peaks. Now, I don't know if that one statue you find, this one right here, has to do with one of them. The Incan Trail refers to the wide Colombian road, I believe connected to the regions. El Cruz, the capital town. It was more than 40,000 kilometers long. See, I'm thinking, because those altitudes, I'm thinking that maybe that temple we found there. So we may not have even found the other temple yet, the one right here. But I think that's, I'm sure that's got to be where we were earlier, those ruins. Except, you know what, I don't know. This, because when you look at the map, that Incan Trail goes right up to the ruins, the Incan Road. So I'm pretty sure that road has something to do with it. And there's supposed to be an underground, subterranean temple, you know? It's just, these Easter eggs are a lot of work, and this is what I found so far. It seems to be more information than a lot of people have, you know, gotten. Down here is just a wrecked train. Little runway. See, I don't think anything. Well, there is another. I don't know if this is a high peak, though. It kind of looks. This would be a mountain here. This is a mountain range, kind of a circle mountain range. But they said the Incan Trail is divided up in small sections. So, well, I don't know. Look at that. There's like another part of a trail here. Could that possibly be part of the Incan Trail? Because here's an archaeological site. That could be the other one. I know I've been here and there's a bunch of, right where the marker's at, right there in the center where that hole is, you can see on the map, where it goes down in the snow. They've dug up, there's a bunch of skeletons there. It's kind of cool to go look at if you've got a minute. It may be part of it, it might not. This looks to be, according to the geographic lines, it's a mountain, this being the highest peak. So maybe that would be something worth to check out. So this is just a checkpoint. But you see, you keep finding these little sections of trail out here. And they say the Incan Trail spread for a long way, but now there's only small sections that remain. So you kind of want to look for those small sections. There's only one that's marked on the map that you can see, but they call it the Incan Road now. So, but it does go right up to the Incan Temple. So I'm telling you that, I'm sure that's got something to do with it. You need to start searching these other peaks too, you know. It says the two highest peaks, they're stone statues. We found one. And that other one, I don't know if that was a stone statue or rock. Give me your opinions in the comments. And I'll leave the video there. You know, if you would, go ahead and like and subscribe. If you don't like the video, dislike it. Just do something. Like or dislike. It doesn't matter to me, man. Just, I'm out here trying to give you some information. I'm going to have a lot more videos going. I'm going to replay some missions on Legendary or on the harder mode. Just so you can see how it's done, and any information you guys want to know, post in the comments. Let me know. I'll post footage, make videos, do walkthroughs, tutorials, whatever you want to know. go ahead and get back to me. The more input, the better. The more people, the more heads we have thinking about this is even better, you know. So Cville850. Please like, subscribe, dislike, do something. More subscribers the better, because if I find this Yeti, because I do believe I'm one of the closer people to finding it, you'll get notifications on from my channel if you hit that little bell symbol. And maybe as a community we can work this out and get together. So now that you guys know where some of this other stuff is, and maybe I put a little bit of a bug in your ear, you can start looking yourself, and any information you get or any ideas that you think I didn't get right, get back to me. I want to know just as much as you guys do. So I'm signing out. I'll talk to y'all later, and thank you for viewing this video. You guys are all great and appreciated.